All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Friday afternoon. Another edition of KFTV Live presented by KnicksFanTV.com. Head over to KnicksFanTV.com and get your watch party tickets. Knicks got a big game tonight against the Detroit Pistons, and we will be live in New York City, man, at Clinton Hall 36. Doors open at 6 p.m. Free to get in. Make sure you guys head over to KnicksFanTV.com to RSVP. On today's show, we are going to debrief the Knicks trade deadline acquisition. Jose Alvarado in, Guerschon Yabusele out of there. Plus, some buyout candidates, some potential buyout candidates to fill out the back end of the roster and everything in between, man. Joining us today, returning to the show, friend of the program, man, diehard Knicks fan and comedian extraordinaire, our guy Sam Morril is back in the building. So hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. If you want to call in, talk to Sam, hit us up on the KFTV Discord. Salute to the replay gang and salute to our loyal franchise channel members. All right, man.
Yo, dude.
How we feeling, man?
I mean, got to give props to Yabusele for waiving that player option. He's a Knick legend forever now. So look, he's always seemed like a good dude. It just didn't work out, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that dunk on LeBron in the Olympics, that'll live forever. You got to give him his props for that. I saw that. I was like, who the hell is this dude?
Yeah.
But I was at a game with my buddy once, and he goes, this guy's got a butt like Megan Thee Stallion, but he can still throw it down. I was like, yeah, he's incredible. So, you know, it's tough it didn't work out, but maybe I don't even know what Chicago's doing. I have no idea. I mean, trading Kobe White for pennies on the dollar, I always thought that kid was like really. I mean, he always killed us, so I always thought he was, you know, a tough player. And you know, trading Vucevic to the Celtics, I thought that was a sneaky good move for Boston. That guy always kills us too. So you got to replace Horford with something, and he might be the type of dude. Not as good defensively, but he plays kind of well against Cat, it seems. So so we'll see. And and I'm pumped for Alvarado. So I think it was a good deadline. We didn't get crazy and do something stupid for Giannis. Once they was talking about OG and those packages and Bridges, I was like, nah, dude, that kills the whole identity of the team. Now you got no shooting in your lineup. So I really hated that. I think OG is like, he's our Draymond. I know Josh is a little bit too. They both have a little of that, but they're the glue. They make it all work, you know?
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. And as you mentioned at the top of the show with Guerschon Yabusele, just to give the people at home a little bit more color, he waived that player option for the second year, and that allowed the Knicks to trade him to Chicago and be able to facilitate that deal for Grand Theft Alvarado. So, you know, in a way, he is betting on himself. He's looking for some longevity here in the league. He goes to Chicago. Last night, he drops 15 points in 21 minutes. Did Yabusele? Of course.
That's how it goes. But you know what? That's good for him. He deserves the playing time. He is a good player, but the Alvarado move, I think, is going to be big for the Garden. That type of energy in the Garden. New York kid comes home. I love it. And I'm just glad we didn't blow it up. I think it got in Cat's head a little bit. We saw it. He seems to be back. And when he plays D, dude, we're unstoppable. Like, I don't think there's a team that can really beat us. Detroit worries me, of course. This is the ultimate test. I think the Cavs probably got like slightly better, but they shortened their window. You know, interesting deadline. The Wizards, I mean, AD, that was weird.
That was crazy.
I mean, talk about two dudes that just like, are they even going to play ever? You know, are they going to ever play? I mean, Trey it's so satisfying to see him in a Wizards jersey. That's like, it's like seeing a guy you didn't like and his life is just in shambles. And you're like, oh, good. Yeah, you got paid, but your life sucks right now. You're going to be rich, but you're going to be Citizen Kane. Your last words instead of Rosebud are going to be, ugh, the Wizards lottery. Ugh.
He's the guy you love to kick when he's down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he talks so much shit. It's like, what's his name on the Nets? The big man Claxton. Who's like, I've never lost to the Knicks. Yeah. Okay, well, now you have 13 times in a row. Yeah. Things come in waves. We were going through a bad stretch. Now we're tough, man. I think Mitch Robinson just doesn't get enough credit for what he's been doing. I mean, I hope we find a way to keep him going forward because he's just so valuable. And I think he covers up some of Brunson's defense, although Brunson's been great on defense lately too. So, you know, I think the effort's never been in question with JB. It's just like, can he, physically matched up with some of these bigger guards.
right.
But that play where we stopped Jokic, I was like laughing. I was like, oh, this is like a statement.
Yeah.
So Jokic, he ain't going to shoot 1 for 13 from 3 all the time, but we'll take it when he does. And we know they're missing Gordon and Cam Johnson and stuff. They're tough. They're a tough team. Yeah. That would be a hell of a finals, though, the Knicks and the Nuggets.
Yeah, because I think they match up well with Denver, even if they have those guys at full strength. We
always have.
We always have. Like they're not like the Knicks always have trouble matching up with like those athletic teams where everybody's kind of built the same and they're wiry. They have wingspan and they just OKC. They'll run up and down. But with the Nuggets, like I'm confident in that matchup that the Knicks have a good chance of winning if those two would meet in the finals. So, look, the two of them, they came into the Garden, both of them second nights on a back-to-back. You could argue the Knicks should have put them away in that fourth quarter, but it happens. It's a game of runs. But I give the Knicks credit. And in overtime. That
Mikal Bridges call, I was like,
you didn't like that call?
I mean, look, he probably fouled him, but it's like there's like 0.3 seconds, dude.
Yeah.
Once they said foul, I'm like, all right, they're in the penalty. He's gonna make them both. And I was just like, man. But it wasn't just that win that was a statement, because it showed that we had some guts. Is that Toronto Raptors back-to-back win.
I like that. That was one of their best.
On the road, and that's not a slouch team anymore. They come to play, and you talk about athletic. I mean, Scotty Barnes, and they're a physical team. So that was big.
100%. And you mentioned Mitch, and one of the things that I like about this front office, they always play that chess match. Like they're always looking 2 steps forward. And I think what they're saying is what the cap analysts are saying is that with the Alvarado addition, if he were to opt into that player option, like the Knicks are basically going to be able to afford Mitchell Robinson with the goal of making all these moves prior to crossing over that second apron, because once you hit that second apron, you're cooked in terms of any type of flexibility of making roster moves. So I think that is the name of the game. And yes, if they do pursue Giannis in the summer, I think all of that will be under consideration. So we'll have to see, man.
And the question is, do we even want Giannis? Because I'm a big believer that depth is what's doing it now. Like I think there was a period when Big Three did it, but look who won last year. The OKC. They have all the depth, And I cannot believe they got McCain. I see people saying like B move, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, did you see this kid last year? I think they just got rid of him because they have too many guards. But that kid, I think he's really good. He is the best basketball player who paints his fingernails in the league, for sure. It's not even close.
It's not Jalen Green. Well, Jalen Green hasn't even played. He hasn't played all year.
Yeah, and God, they're looking good without him.
Yeah, I watched. I was into that game last night. I was watching Suns and Warriors. No Steph Curry, no Devin Booker, and that game was a thriller in the fourth quarter.
Well, Dylan is. I hate to say it. He's fun. He's a fun player,
and he's cooking this year.
And the fact that Memphis look, Memphis is playing it right now. They're tearing it down, fine. But, I mean, to blame it all on Dylan, and I kind of love a guy like that who wants all the smoke.
Yeah,
and then, LeBron beat him, but he didn't back down. And now he's got like a bag. He killed us, dude. I couldn't believe it. He's a good offensive player.
His shot creation skills has improved mightily, man. And he's one of those, like, you got to respect the guys that can talk and back it up, man. Like, even though I hate Draymond Green with a passion, it's like that, like prime Draymond.
Pay respect.
You gotta pay respect to that. Those guys that can back it up. But yeah, they're playing well. Suns are definitely playing well. The Mitch factor, as I was saying, man, he's guarding Jokic and Murray in the fourth quarter.
That's defensive player of the league type stuff. And he's never in those conversations, maybe because of health, maybe because they're not playing him enough minutes, but yeah, he will beat up your toughest guy and he'll keep up with your most athletic creator. I mean, he's on and Jamal Murray is having a hell of a season. So that guy's kind of been underrated for years. If you're the second guy in a championship team and you show up in crunch time, you're a killer. And he's been that guy. I remember in the bubble when Donovan Mitchell and Murray were just going at it. I was like, this is great basketball. So I've always had a lot of respect for that guy. But yeah, Mitch Robinson, man, that's the dude. He's amazing.
That is the guy, man. So the name of the game is to keep him healthy, because yesterday it was announced that Deuce McBride out of there. They thought it was an ankle injury. It turns out he's got like a core oblique type of thing. How'd you react to that?
Well, I don't. When they say they thought, it's like they knew. They knew immediately. They tell us because the Knicks they're clever with that. Like, why give away your hand?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
why give anyone anything? So maybe if the world knows how injured he is, we don't get Alvarado at that price.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why they do it. But yeah, I hate to hear it. Deuce has been. It's funny to watch Deuce and Shamet just turn into Ray Allen this year. They're just unbelievable. So brutal blow, but we got the depth to withstand it till hopefully at least the playoffs. We got Kolek is balling out this year. Shamit's just having a hell of a year. This guy is something else. So hits every big shot. He's leveled up on defense. Like I noticed that.
Yeah.
He was not this good defensively in the past. He's become tougher, and I got worried with that shoulder injury because I was like, damn, like. Could he be out long? He's come back. He's been insane. So props to Shamet too.
He's been killing, and yeah, it was an unfortunate step back for Deuce. I mean, he finished. He hit the injured list, shooting 42% from three on damn near 7 attempts. This is the best year of his season.
And that weird arc too. Like he just gets it up. Like I haven't seen someone shoot with that kind of arc since like Iverson when he just like had to because they'd put big guards on him. But like you're not used to seeing a shooter that good with that kind of arc and kind of the high jump. That's another thing I didn't know you were supposed to do, but he's something else. I love watching Deuce.
Yeah,
best contract in the league probably too.
But that's a setback, man. He's making $3 million. He should be making 5 times that. And then for this, hopefully he comes back in the playoffs. He becomes a hero and they take care of him. But yeah, that's tough, man, for a young player trying to make it in the league, man, because he gave him a bargain. And
well, someone will pay him, and also hopefully it's here. But we have so many guys now and the depth and. It's looking legit, man. My only worry with the Alvarado thing is like, can you play him with JB? They're both smaller guards, but he's so scrappy. Maybe you can.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Mike Brown, he's shown he's played Kolek with JB. He's not afraid to do that.
Which I love.
Yeah.
Why are you making JB bring the ball up every time against these super annoying full court presses? What has happened to the NBA now where they're full court pressing like every play?
It's literally become just a track meet out there. That's why everybody's getting calf injuries, ankle injuries, knee injuries. It's crazy, man. The pace is just crazy these days. So I do like that. But I do like the fact that, as you mentioned, with JB bringing the ball up, they seem to have been diversifying that with running it through Cat a lot in the half court. So you have JB kind of running off those screens. McCall's bringing the ball up. Josh will bring the ball up when he's in that lineup. So I think they are trying to, move JB off the ball a little bit. And I think they'll do that a little bit more in the playoffs, too, to try to keep him fresh.
Absolutely. I mean, that's where I think we really messed up last year. I love Tibbs, but I think playing these guys that many minutes and forcing JB to bring the ball up, I think we looked a little tired against what the Pacers were doing, for sure.
I think they got worn down. By the time they got through, Detroit was a gauntlet. The Celtics,
TJ McConnell is like Paul Newman and Cool Hand Luke. You can punch that guy in the face like 20, and he just keeps popping up. You're like, dude, come on, go away.
Yeah, but you know what?
He's so annoying. He's a hell of a player, though.
But that's why I like this Alvarado pickup. It's the compete level, right? It's like, because, he's on the back pages. Everybody's going crazy over it. And I had a guy like, oh, he's not even that good. It's not even necessarily about the talent. It is about, for me, it's the compete level. He's a dog. He's going to bring the energy. He knows what it takes. He's from New York. He knows what we need. He was a Knicks fan. You know what I mean? He's like one of those that knows the job that he's coming in here to do, and that is pick up the 94 feet, be an instigator. Hey, he fought Mark Williams.
That clip of him fighting, that was hilarious. I was like, what the hell is happening? I mean, just throwing punches is amazing, especially a dude twice your size. But yeah, I think we need that fight. We feel like when we were going 2-10 or whatever that stretch was, it felt like the fight was really what left, because we always kind of figure out the offense. Like Cat's shot has regressed a little bit this year, but I don't think that's permanent. I think that's just a slump. But when he complains after a shot, you just want to be like, dude, just don't complain.
Yeah.
I know you're getting beat up. Like, he's maybe got the worst whistle in the NBA.
Definitely.
But I think the complaining brings the vibes down. And I think JB and Hart have really kind of taken a step back with like complaining this year, because they all have kind of bad whistles, I think. Because all, Hart really is strong. It's like that with Marbury back in the day. I felt like he never got the calls because he was so strong. And strong dudes never get the right whistle. And Cat just, I guess, he gets the All-Star nods, but he doesn't get the All-Star whistle. And we've seen it for years. And you just can't, like, one thing I'll give Jimmy Butler, he doesn't complain.
Yeah.
He gets a good whistle, but he doesn't complain. I think refs pick up on that. And the less you complain, the more they're like, all right, we'll give it to you. But then the hit in the head the other night and coming back, that was like a statement. You're like, all right, yeah, that for the people that think Cat is soft, check this shit out. And he came back. That was pretty cool.
I feel like he's about to start turning up. Like you said, the trade deadline is behind him. The criticism, everything that he's taken, he's driving a lot less from that top of the key, because that to me is very cringe. I hate to see him trying to take, especially the opposing wings. If you got a guy like a Valanciunas on you, okay, put the ball on the floor and take him. You're faster, you're quicker. But against other wings, when he's trying to force the issue that way, and then he's either hitting the deck, he's flying into you in the first row, or
right.
Or he's losing the ball. It kills their defense. It kills the momentum.
Yeah, with
like
4
you
on 5, exactly.
Easy.
You're totally right. And he's been so good in the post. I mean, these putbacks, when we have, Cat is underrated as a rebounder. You see these rebounding numbers lately, and they're not empty. Like, he is fighting down there. And with Mitch, like, I know we lose a little bit of speed when they're playing together, but God, we just dominate the glass. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And again, look, against a team like Detroit, whether it's tonight, and we'll see who plays tonight, because a lot of these guys are all questionable on both teams, but in the playoffs, should they match up, the battle of the boards is going to be key, man. You have...
Well, they're tough. Duren is taking a step.
Big
that
time.
Guy's legit.
Yeah. And both of them, they're two of the most premier offensive rebounding teams. They're 5th and 6th. In second chance points, the Pistons being 5th, the Knicks being 6th. So that's a big part of their game. But I think the big difference is Mitch didn't play in the first game. And if you're going in there with Mitch, Hart, and Cat, I got to give advantage to the Knicks in terms of being over a course of a series to get the key rebounds and get the second chance opportunities to win a game.
That, I think, honestly, was our toughest series last year. I know that we lost to the Pacers, but it was something more stressful because I feel like we collapsed against the Pacers. We gave them game 1. Whereas we caught some breaks against the Pistons. That Tim Hardaway Jr. no call, that corner 3 that we didn't get a call, I was like, holy shit, that was payback for your 4-year, $72 million that we paid your ass. I remember when they signed him that.
The two toes.
When they signed him, I remember looking at my phone and a girl's name was like, did someone die? And I was like, worse. We signed Tim Hardaway Jr. for $70 million. Jesus Christ, he's terrible. That corner 3, we lucked out because they could have called that. And then, of course, JB saves the day. Cat saved one of those wins with those 2 insane shots. That's where Cat's skill is just remarkable. Yeah. So, they're tough. They had Duncan Robinson, a hell of a shooter. Kevin Huerter, a hell of a shooter.
Yeah.
And, Thompson is a great defender. They're like an old school team. They scare me for sure.
And like I said, all their lottery picks are getting better. Asor, Ron Holland, he's a dog. He scraps.
Yeah.
Even like
Stewart didn't play.
Stewart's killing.
He's a guy who wants to fight.
Yeah, his rim protection is crazy for his size. Like, you really can't go inside.
How about Boston, dude? I mean, Boston and the Pacers adding Zubac. When you got next year you got a healthy Halliburton. That's a tough team too.
Yeah. I think Boston, man, I thought the pickup of Vucevic was great. And the fact that they were able to do 2 things at once. They're competing. They're right there neck and neck with the Knicks. And then they're also taking care of their cap sheet. They got below the luxury tax for a team that was in cap hell, that they had to trade Porzingis. They had to trade Drew Holiday. They had to remake half the team to stay competitive. And they're more than competitive. Like, they could win the East.
When we were talking about maybe trading for Holiday, I was like, dude, this guy's got a big contract. He looked old against us. No disrespect. He's probably a Hall of Famer. He's one of my favorite in his prime. One of my favorite players to watch. Insane 2-way guy. Like a defensive star, which is so cool at his size. But I just felt like that shortens our window. I don't want to lose. Even when Bridges has a bad game, I think he's kind of the most taken for granted player on the team, because being that 3rd or 4th offensive guy in the NBA is one of the hardest positions, because you're not really getting plays run for you.
Yeah.
You're kind of chilling in the corner shooting threes. It's that kind of like Kevin Love on the Cavs, Chris Bosh on the Heat type of role, where like you're used to getting more touches. You're not. You don't really get a rhythm, and when you're off, people are just pissed. But what Mikhail's been doing on defense, especially the very beginning of the year when we really needed him, he was a superhero on defense. So, he deserves more props than I think he gets. And now he seems more undervalued in these trade rumors, but it's good for us because we keep him. So.
Yeah. And right now I saw a stat. He's leading the league in fourth quarter opponent's field goal percentage against. So take it for what it's worth. Yeah, take it for what it's worth.
And OG on defense, dude, he has games, that 6-steal game against the Raptors where you're just like, this dude is a menace. One of my favorite Knicks ever, OG. can't say enough what he's been doing. He's been so good.
How about the offense with OG, man? To me, that's where he's really taken a leap, because especially when Towns has kind of been trying to figure it out, putting the ball on the floor, and it might be loosey-goosey sometimes, but I'll take it because his standing dunk is crazy with his wingspan and athleticism. It was crazy.
Have you seen that guy's legs? Like, I don't mean to, you feel weird admiring another man's physique, but you're like, oh my God, that guy's legs are insane. They're so, for an NBA players, you picture more like a Bridges build or something like that. You don't picture a dude who's got like tree trunks for legs and still has this level of athleticism. I mean, he's like, his shot's been great. His dunking has been just like fierce. I love OG. Was a huge fan of that trade, even though it hurt to lose the young guys.
Yeah.
I was a huge fan of that trade.
OG has definitely been the guy, man. CP the franchise, Sam Morril on the ones and twos. Salute to everybody on the lunchtime grind. If you guys are on the grind right now and lunch, or if you skip and work altogether, it's all good, man. It's a Friday night Knicks. We got Knicks and Pistons coming up. But throw hashtag grind in the chat. Shout out to Vetor11, number one in the chat leaderboard. $10 super chat says, salute Sam. I might be drunk. Hashtag replay gang. So salute to Vetor in the chat, man. He's a Sam Morril fan. What else we got here cooking? We got Alvarado in tow. Yabusele out of there. He turned into an all-star as soon as he left, as we expected. And then you have now what the Knicks were able to do in terms of yesterday and their maneuvering and the cap dealings. Prior to yesterday's trade deadline, based on the fact that they were like $150,000 close to the second apron, they weren't able to sign a 15th roster guy until April 2nd. Now, with all the moves that they made, they're able to do that right now. So, shout out to my guy, Yossi Goslin. He came out with his newsletter. Everybody follow him on the 3rd Apron newsletter. Came out with a list of potential buyout candidates. Some of these guys have already been bought out. Some of these guys, it's speculated that they will be bought out. But he has a couple of guys here, and let me know your thoughts. He's got Matisse Thybulle, Kevin Love, Chris Boucher, Nicholas Batum, Kyle Anderson, Kevon Looney. He's got Lonzo Ball up there.
Wow,
but
I like a lot of these guys. I like a lot of these guys.
Yeah,
I mean, Kevon Looney is a champ. So is Kevin Love. Kevon Looney is just tough. It's kind of shocking he doesn't have a home right now.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's been bought out yet. So he is more speculative. Some guys, I think, like a Boucher, I think has already been bought out. But he does have like Lonzo Ball, but I was thinking more front court because they just got
Ball's
Alvarado.
Off a cliff, dude.
Yeah.
That guy,
they sent him to the wall, man. They sent it to
He's
Utah.
finally shooting like his form looks. I mean, it's crazy. It's like 28% from three. So I think K-Love is fun. I mean, Batum, I got to say, Batum is kind of money. He kind of fits our vibe. Like that guy's passing. He seems like he has a knack for big shots. I know he's got to be like, feels like he's 47. He was on like the Bobcats. That's how old he is.
He was on the Bobcats.
On the Bobcats. He was on that team when the Blazers had like Robin Lopez at the 5 and like Wes Matthews. That feels like 10 lifetimes ago. But
sure did.
No, I like him. I mean, Boucher is kind of physical, right? I mean, it's tough. I feel like Tyball's not the right fit for us because he's a great defender, but that jump shot, I think we need to keep shooting. So that's why Shamit's been so good.
Yeah.
But, credit to Josh Hart, whose shot has been amazing this year, too. Which we didn't expect.
Hart shooting 40% from three right now.
And the selection's incredible.
Yeah.
He always seems to have a knack for hitting the big shot, too.
For sure. Yeah, I would definitely keep it front court if they're going to get somebody. I think they already addressed the guard spot with Alvarado. You still got Kolek. You still have Jordan Clarkson as well. I think they could use more size and some more insurance. You knock on wood. You hope Mitch doesn't go down or Cat. So if Looney gets cut, I think he would be a good pickup. Of course, Kevin Love. But I would go with Batum as well, man. If he gets cut by the Clippers, clearly they're looking to rebuild with their trade of Zubac. They traded hard, and so the Clippers are definitely looking to rebuild. So I would see if Batum is able to get out of there. And then you got Slow-Mo. I said Slow-Mo, he's gotten a little bit slower since we last seen him. But a New Yorker, maybe you bring Slow-Mo home. You get all the New York guys in here for the stretch run.
Yeah, that's another weird one. I just think K-Love's another guy who, like, who knows how much he has left in the tank, but, great locker room guy, it seems like, and he can still shoot. I love having a big man who can stretch the floor a little bit. Maybe he gives us a little bit of that, like, remember when Sheed came to the Knicks at the very end?
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of fun. It was a great half season. The kid and Sheed and Kurt
Yeah.
Thomas and Camby. That was like the freaking the Expendables or something. That was
Yeah, that's
crazy.
right. That's right. Or was it the Expendables or the what's the one with Stallone? What's the one with the Stallone and all the action heroes?
I think that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, except
yeah.
it didn't work out. They broke down. It was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh, Jason Kidd fell off a cliff, man.
his first half was incredible.
Incredible.
He looked like, yeah.
And then second half, he must have been shooting like 20% from three. It was disgusting. Even he
broke
admitted it. He
down.
was like, yeah, it was time for me to hang it up. So, yeah, definitely a fun season. And, yeah, man, big gauntlet this weekend. You got Knicks versus Pistons and then Knicks versus Celtics, both on the road.
Both important to win.
Yeah, you got OG questionable with a toe injury. Karl Anthony Towns questionable. Hart also questionable. And then on the other side for the Pistons, not clear because
By the way, that means they're all going to play probably.
yeah.
When you see, we've gotten so accustomed to these guys just playing through injuries that when I see questionable, I'm like, oh, they're in.
Yeah, and then you have Cade with a wrist. He played last night. They lost to the Wizards last night. You can't be a contender losing to the Wizards. So
I love it.
They
I love
lost
to
at
see
home to
that.
the Wizards. Tobias Harris with a hip. He did not play last night. Maybe he plays tonight. Jalen Duren hurt his knee last night in that game against the Wizards. Only played 13 minutes. So Pistons kind of
Let's see
limping
them
into
fall
this
off a
one as
cliff.
well. Yeah,
If they fall off a cliff, let's get that one seed again, man.
Let's get it.
Let's try to get in there.
4.5 games out. Not unattainable.
It's possible.
Yeah.
We've been playing hot. Just got to stay hot.
For sure. Let's get to the phones, man. Let's get to... Oh, did I drop... I just disconnected this guy. Hang on. All right, here we go. Let's get to Mets, 21-28. You on with CP and Sam. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
All right. How you feel, bro? How you feel about the trades? Trade deadline.
I didn't mind getting rid of Yabusele and shipping him out to Chicago just to get him to waive that second-year player option.
Yeah.
But if you want to be honest, I would have shipped Yabusele out to Charlotte and gotten a Moose. But beggars can't.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he would have been possible, man. I appreciate the call. I mean, you really had to get lucky there with the Yabusele deal in terms of finding a sucker to take him on. Then they found the Chicago Bulls, a team who many don't know what the hell they're doing. But, yeah.
I'm so confused by what they're doing. I mean, Simons is another guy they traded for. Like 2 years ago, it seemed like that guy had a way higher stock. Life comes fast to you in the NBA, man. I mean, on the Blazers, I think he got paid too, right? So
He did.
I mean, yeah, who knows? But I just felt like they could have gotten more out of a guy like Vucevic too.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
Well, remember they paid. I think they paid like 3 first-round picks when they first got Vucevic.
But that was in his prime. He was
That was
an
in his
all-star
prime.
back then.
Yeah.
That's the Magic have flubbed so many. Even this year, they fell off a cliff, man.
Yeah.
I was worried about Orlando, but it's weird. I almost like it better when Banchero is playing. Like they lose some of the toughness and shooting.
They're worse. They're worse with him out there.
They're worse.
Yeah.
Which is so weird because Wagner kills us. That kid,
Franz
both of
is
those
killing.
Wagner brothers are annoying,
Yeah,
both for different reasons. But he kills us. Orlando scared me in the first half of the year, and they knock on wood, they don't really scare me anymore. The only team in the East that I am nervous about is really Detroit. I mean, maybe I'll eat my words, and the Celtics, Tatum comes back, and they're tough again because they might have reloaded really well. But I don't really. The Cavs don't scare me.
Nah, I'm good on that.
Harden might have found a good guy in Mitchell because Mitchell is a clutch player and Harden falls off a cliff when it matters.
Yeah.
But I don't give Harden long in Cleveland. He has just become a freaking gun for hire. It is so weird.
Yeah.
I kind of respect it. He's like, screw you. You're not going to lock me up. I'll go where I'm wanted.
Leave. He's out of there. I think
he must be a nightmare to date. I can't imagine this guy has any. You have one fight with him. He's like, I'll go where I'm valued. I think that's why he's always at strip clubs because he's like, I'll just go where people like me.
They love me over here. Yeah.
I'll pay them to like me. So.
I think it's all setting up for a LeBron reunion, man. I think the farewell tour is happening in Cleveland.
I hope.
What do you think?
That'll be their. Yeah, why not? It'll be 42, right? I mean, they're not doing. LeBron is still really good offensively, but the defense is just not what it was. I think you just can't stay healthy at that age. He's already achieved kind of superhuman. What he's done is already not normal.
Insane.
They don't scare me at this point.
No.
And but I think it's for the best that the Lakers and he kind of move on. I at this point I'd be shocked, but it just doesn't work with LeBron, Luka, and Reeves. And those two are young. So crazy that we're saying the crazy to be talking about LeBron like he's the movable piece, but here we are.
Yeah, I think it all ends in Cleveland with the farewell tour. There's no way he's just leaving the game and, not saying goodbye to everybody and the branding, the T-shirts, the Netflix documentary, all of that's going to come with it. Like, there's no way they're just going to let him leave like that. So I'm pretty sure all that's in the planning. Let's get to Hooper on the Discord. Hooper, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yo. These trades, this trade was good for us. Jose, he'll bring what Deuce did bring for us. That'll be much needed for sure.
Alvarado coming home, man. And yeah, it's interesting. The earlier reports were that he didn't necessarily want to leave New Orleans. I don't know if that was posturing by the Pelicans to try to get more out of it. But yeah, man, kid's coming home.
I love New Orleans as a city, but like playing in the Smoothie King arena versus MSG, like what are we doing? Come on, like this is ridiculous. Also, New Orleans just like great city, but like it's not good for my two favorite things, which are basketball and comedy. It's a music city. It's a party city. They don't even have a comedy club in that city.
They don't have like a House of Blues or something?
No, they have a House of Blues, but that's not a comedy club. That's like a music venue. Okay. You do comedy there. I've played Harrah's. I've done stuff there. But they don't like
a comedy joint, like a comedy joint.
It's like Nashville, it's like playing in Nashville. You're like, you're a music town. You're not like they like football. It's just the South, and it's cool. It's a cool city. I love it, but it's not. If you're into basketball, like, I mean, look, it's a food city too. Like Zion. Look at Zion. Yeah. Like losing weight in New Orleans, he deserves credit. He deserves credit for losing some weight there.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I like it out there. Now, Bourbon Street smells like a toilet, but it's good times, man.
It does. It smells.
What's up with that? When are they gonna fix?
It's hard to be a star, and it's hard to be a star there. I mean, it's an easy city to bang strippers and get fat. It's a hard city to be really good at basketball. That's why they rarely have their best year as a team was when they were playing in Oklahoma with CP3 and Peja and Tyson. Like, it's not a basketball town.
That was a good squad. That was definitely a good squad.
Oh, great NBA 2K squad. You got like Mo Pete on there.
Mo Pete.
West.
Pete.
They were sneaky.
Yeah, that was a 2K. That was one of my 2K teams, definitely. Yeah, Mo Pete. What was your favorite game to go to this year so far?
I was at the Christmas game. That was my favorite.
Oh yeah,
that was cool as hell. So that was. I'm a big fan of that. Just that day, full day of basketball.
Yeah, good
vibes in the city, and watching Kolek and Brunson just cook at the end. That was so satisfying. That was pretty epic. I'm trying to think what else was. I've been to some really bad ones. I was at that Mavs one that was like really the last. That was like the last straw before. that was brutal, man. It's cool to see Cooper Flag live though. But that put me in a sad mood.
That was brutal.
But I'm on the road a lot, so I watch just a lot on my computer in between shows, and I'm in Chicago right now. Watched the other night. That was a great game. Perfect to go. I went on for a late show in between. I was like, oh man, literally some person from the venue came in and talked to me when there was like 10 seconds left. I'm like, please just give it a minute, and they're like, oh, okay, sorry. And then they watched it go into like double OT, and I was just like, ugh, and they're just like, oh shit.
Hey, so wait, you had to go on. You were scheduled to go on.
Yeah, but I was able to watch the whole finish.
Okay.
But because I'm in Chicago, so the time change. But dude, no, I was. Look, you'll still get a decent show, but in my head, I'm going to be thinking I'm giving them a bad show because I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
I was so pissed at that Bridges call, but you're right. It was probably the right call, but it still pissed me off.
I liked it because I feel like, well, he just had a bad game all the way around. It just seems like he was disconnected. Maybe second night of a back-to-back, he was a little weary. But I was just like, you got to learn from that, man. Yeah.
And he hit a big three in double OT. I mean, like, that's the thing about this guy is, like, he can piss you off sometimes, and then he'll immediately remind you why he's such a good player. And he showed that in the playoffs last year. I mean, those first two games against Boston, they're two of the best memories of my life, dude. I was on the road. I was in like Vancouver.
Series.
I was on a tour bus watching that in Vancouver, and I was like, this could really change the vibe of the whole trip. There's so much at stake here, and winning the first two games against Boston. I mean, like, we haven't had a ton to get really pumped about the last 20 years. That was up there.
He swung the series, man. He swung the series, and those
And
two
OG.
finishes. Yeah,
Defensively, I mean, Brown. I know you see Jaylen Brown is so cocky. He really look. I get it. He's such a good player, and he's such a good two-way player. And you really take for granted how good a guy like that is because of Tatum. And he goes down. You're like, oh damn, you're an MVP candidate now with him down. You're that good. So I get it, but also like, man, we really were built to take them down, and I think we could do it again.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that potential matchup as well, man. Right now, they're neck and neck, Boston and New York. So hopefully we can go in there and smack
Without
fire
Tatum, we're neck and neck. But we also made some changes. We have a different vibe, and look, they're deep. Pritchard's good, and White is good. Like they have a lot of good players. It's tough.
Shout out to Calculating in the chat. Calculating, salute to you. He says, I can't call in, but can we talk about the prospect of signing Cam Thomas? Yeah, you know, a lot of people have been talking about him. I want no parts. I'm not interested.
No.
I have no interest in that. He seems like a me-first, selfish player. We have more than enough guards. Right now, I want to, with that 15 spot, yes, he can get buckets, but we need defense, physicality, and toughness. Get me another physical player with a high motor, high compete level. That's what I'm talking about, man.
We got Jordan Clarkson already. We don't need. I mean, we have a dude like that. We have a guy who hits crazy shots.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think he really gives us anything that we don't already have. Salute to his talent, no question. But as you said, was he in a bad setup? Sure, but I don't know. He needs to go to a team that needs a dude like a microwave off the bench.
Yeah.
And that ain't us. We got good scoring, I think. Offense is definitely not our problem.
He's got some more growing up to do, man. A guy like that doesn't just get waived. You don't just waive.
Isn't that crazy?
That is a huge red flag, man. Come on, man. A guy like that, you don't just set him to the streets. Ain't no way, bro. I would.
But back in the day, you know, Charlotte would pick you up or something. But now they're kind of building something, and they got that amazing rookie.
Knipple.
Knipple's such a dumb name. I hate saying his name, Knipple. But he's a sniper. That guy. He's awesome. And you know, they've got guards now, so they're not going to do it. It's like, where do you end up?
I like that pickup with Kobe White. You got Knipple there, and Brandon
Miller.
They
got him too.
Yeah, I like what they're
they
trying
have
to
a lot
build.
of guards.
Yeah,
and they got the I mean, shit. Who knows? They're pretty dumb. They gave Bridges another chance. That kid.
Yeah.
Talk about a bad locker room guy.
Right.
Can you imagine just having to hang out with a guy where like this guy just beats his wife? I got to pass him the ball. This is annoying. I'd be so annoyed if I had to root for that guy. He throws down a dunk. You're like, yeah, he's on our team. I guess I got to root for him.
That's how it goes, man.
That guy cost himself a lot of money.
Absolutely. Yeah. For sure. Somebody in the chat is asking about Middleton, but they can't afford him. They're not allowed. The Knicks can't pay anybody.
I would have liked that, though. If he's healthy, he's a sniper.
Yeah, but the thing is that where the Knicks are, when you're an apron team, you can't sign anyone whose previous contract is higher than the mid-level exception, which is around like $14 million. So Middleton coming off of his existing Bucks deal, he's still like, you know, a near max type of guy. That's too much money. So they can't even pay him, even if he gets bought out by Dallas.
Sucks.
Yeah, so that's why you gotta they gotta be less than about 13 million or less on their previous
Dallas
deal.
They really lucked out, and talk about one of the worst returns on a superstar ever. When you see that, when all the dust settles, and you're like, oh, you drafted Luka and Brunson, you don't re-sign Brunson, you lowball Brunson, 54 mil, whatever, and then you get for Luka, you get AD who you turn over for nothing. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah. I don't know where Nico's going to end up. He might go back to Nike because they're in the toilet right now. He might have to go back to Nike, man, because he's not getting another NBA gig. He's cooked, man. Nico Harris is finished, man.
He screwed up the name. It's like Adolf in the NBA. He really screwed up that name. Like no one wants a Nico anymore. I hear the name Nico. I'm like, man, you fucked up the whole city.
Yeah.
I could not believe he was getting death threats.
Yeah, he had to. They had to send him back, man.
You can't. Look, I get trading Luka. I don't think it's crazy because like the lack of D, and he's an amazing offensive player, but it does remind me a little like the slouching. There's a little like prime Harden in there where I'm like, yeah, you're unreal. There's no denying that. But like, are we winning a ring?
100%.
You know, and that's the goal. And Cooper Flagg does it all. So that's the other. Like Cooper Flagg, you look at this kid and you're like, dude, if he almost reminds me a little bit of like KG in some ways, like the defense and the length and he's unreal.
Yeah, he's picking it up. I think like last 5 games, he might be averaging like 30 plus. He's killing right now. He had a 49-point game.
Full rebuild though. I mean that was crazy. Yeah, just rebuild around that guy.
Yeah, for sure, man. So what you playing tonight? You're doing Chicago tonight? What's the schedule looking like?
Yeah, I got 2 shows tonight, 2 tomorrow. I'm back. I'm taping a Netflix special at the end of the month, so I just have to. I just got to run it in the ground. I'm doing too many shows, dude. I'm burnt out. It's
You
not
burnt?
good.
Is that
Yeah, you
like
just.
so? Is that how it is? Like near the end of the tour, you just like, yo, man, I'm cooked right now.
I just get in my head with specials, and I'm like, shit. I got to just make sure the order's right. I gotta like, you got to really run it through the mud. So I take it
Yeah.
everywhere. I just go to cities I like, and I'll play small venues to kind of get reps in. So I'm
Mm.
doing 8 in Chicago this week,
Mm.
and yeah, you just tweak the order, and that way you're kind of like, well, this. I was opening on, I think, a story that was too gross, and I kind of got to earn it. So I figured that out last night. I'm like, I'll open with relationship stuff. I have a
Yeah.
story about a rat being in my apartment, and
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
it kills if I place it properly, but I think it's too jarring out of the gate. So
It's a little too heavy. A
I'm
little
like,
too heavy.
I'm like, if this isn't working for like diehard fans,
Yeah.
I don't want to put it in the special
Right.
here. So you got to figure it out. So yeah, little tweaks, just order. You're like, you don't want to do a graphic story too early in the set. So yeah, tweaking stuff, adding a line here and there, and hopefully it's close.
There you go. So I guess Netflix, what they have a camera crew following you and a production crew.
No, not here.
Oh,
Here
okay.
I'm just no. That's just for the taping, and
Okay.
that's no. They buy it, and then you got to do everything on your own. I
Oh,
hire
shit.
an indie
Yeah.
production team, and they do everything. But yeah, yeah, I'll tape it in Tampa Theater. It'll be cool
Yeah.
venue. Haven't played Florida the whole tour, so I figure like some people will come out there, and it'll be then you got to start fresh and be a cripple for 2 years on stage when you build material, because writing new shit, man, it is like it's crazy.
You have a team or you write your own stuff?
No, I write my own stuff.
Oh, wow, that's good. That's nice,
Yeah.
man. That's good. Wow, there it is, man. So, well, you're almost there, man. We got playoffs coming up. You got to pull up on us, man. You got to come through the KFTV watch party, man. Come watch the game.
Where is it?
Well, we are at Slate and we are at Clinton Hall 36. Clinton Hall 36 is right closest to the Garden, and then Slate is on 21st Street. That's a bit more posh. We use Slate for like our bigger games, like our game one of the playoffs. You know, the big playoff
okay.
games will go to Slate because we need a bigger house, bigger venue. But for like a night like tonight, we'll go a little bit smaller. We'll go to Clinton Hall 36. Live game audio. We got DJ during the commercials, giveaways, prizes, whole 9 yards, man. It's a good
Oh, I
look,
love
man.
it. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna pull up to one of these.
Yeah, there you go,
love
man.
it.
There you go. All right, man. Yeah, man. We definitely appreciate the time, man, and we'll definitely catch up. Good luck tonight. If you need any material, let me know, man. I'll text you something, and we'll take it from there, man. Let's get this W, man.
Awesome, dude. Thank you, CP.
Yes,
Good
sir.
talking to you, man.
All right,
Let's
guys.
go Knicks.
Sam Morril in
right.
the building. Sam, appreciate you, man.
Take care, dude.
All right. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. My guy, Sam Morril, appreciate him for tapping in with the squad. Hope everybody's doing well. Salute to my franchise channel members in the chat. Salute to the replay gang. I am cooked. I am cooked, man. Yo, we did 2 shows yesterday. No, what did I do yesterday? I did the Alvarado thing. Then I did Begley's show. Night before that, I did the trade deadline Eve show. Then we had the Detroit game, double overtime. Night before that, we did the Wizards post game. So a lot going on, man. And then I just did ESPN Radio. I had to take on your boy Bart Scott. You know we put Bart Scott on the Worst Take stage. So they call me up on the Carlin and Scott show because, you know, Bart Scott is a Detroit guy. So we're going to put that up on the channel whenever they send me the footage. So, yeah, man, busy time, and now we got to get ready for the watch party tonight. I'm going to be doing NBA report at 3 o'clock. Oh, here she is, the queen of Knicks Fan TV calling because she doesn't know that I'm live. Hello, Knicks chick, you are live on Knicks Fan TV. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing just great. We were just wrapping up the live show, and I told the people that you're calling and interrupting, but it's all right. How you feel?
That's what I'm best at.
Yeah.
I feel great. Just got out of work early on a Friday, so, feels good.
Oh, well, fantastic. You know, I wish I was you. I was just letting the people know how much work I've been doing just now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I was calling to tell you I'm out early, so I'm waiting for you to come get me and take me to lunch.
I wish. Well, give the people some thoughts about Detroit tonight. We're not sure who's going to be playing. It might be, Cat, OG, and Hart are questionable. On the other side, I think Cade, Tobias, and Durant are questionable. But I don't know how you feel about this game tonight.
All right. Well, we played who's in front of us with whoever we have suited up, right? At the end of the day, it's always a test of the bench. So we'll see what happens. I would love to see Alvarado in action already. I think he's going to be a perfect fit to this team. That scrappiness, obviously the New York blood, he's going to fit right in. I think it's exactly what we needed, especially now that Deuce is down and out. But even before that, I would have said that he was the perfect fit for our team. So I'm excited about that addition. Excited about tonight. Despite all the questionable players, it's still a test of the Eastern Conference Finals. So it'll be a good preview.
Got to step it up. So will you be at the Knicks Fan TV watch party tonight? Will I be seeing you at the watch party?
I will most definitely be at the watch party. Whoever wants to smoke, I am the queen. I did win last time.
Name that Nick.
At our Name That Nick game. So if you want to come see me.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? But right now I'm the reigning champ.
Okay.
Declare.
All right. Well, I will see you later. I will pick you up later.
All right, fine.
Okay. All right, later.
Bye.
All right, bye. All right, that was the Knicks chick with an impromptu game preview and interview. Yeah, man, pull up, man. We do the Name That Nick challenge at the KFTV watch party. People get to win drinks, you get to win food, you get to win prizes, and it's fun. Everybody has a good time, man. Head over to KnicksFanTV.com to get your tickets, and it's all free. And the whole family's welcome. You want to bring the wife, you want to bring the kids, the dog, whoever it is, you can do so. Will Latimer says, rate that call in the chat. Salute, man. Yeah, all right, man. I'm going to take a quick break, man, get my mind right, and we'll be back on the NBA Report. 3 o'clock, my guy Combo's court is pulling up, and then I'm going to get to the gym and then hit the watch party, man. So we'll see you guys in just a little bit. Like I said, man, everybody who's been rocking with us all week, shout out to my guy, Gotcha Open Gaming. He said yesterday, I had to watch all the shows at 2x speed just to catch up on all the content, but that's how it is, especially during the trade deadline. So, hey, man, for those of you that have been rocking with us and supporting, you guys already know how much we appreciate you guys, my franchise channel members especially, and everybody who's been supporting. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in a little bit, man. Number one show for the fans by the fans. We will have CK2K tonight for play-by-play. Post-game live, you already know. We have from the KFTV archives on the podcast format. We just dropped another episode featuring the X-Man, Xavier McDaniel. So make sure you guys tap in and support on all podcast platforms, all right? I'll see you guys in a little bit. You guys already know, man. Rally towel. It's time. It's go time. Knicks versus Pistons. Let's go. Holla at your boy, man. We out of here. Peace.